Imagine a world where civilization has collapsed, the sky is poisoned, the earth is dying, and humanity's last hope may actually be humanity's greatest prison. Welcome to the world of Paradise Season 2. Years after the catastrophic event known as the Day, the Earth is in a slow planetary death. The disaster was triggered by a massive volcanic environmental catastrophe that destabilized climate systems across the world. The event caused electromagnetic disruption that disabled missile defense networks and collapsed global infrastructure. Billions died. Those who survived were either inside the underground city of Paradise or scattered across the surface. Instead of immediately continuing Xavier's storyline, Season 2 opens with a bold narrative choice. The first episode introduces a new perspective, the survivor outside the bunker, Annie, the Graceland survivor. Annie is played by Shailene Woodley. Her childhood was shaped by emotional isolation. Her mother suffered from serious mental and physical illness and was deeply obsessed with Elvis Presley. Young Annie repeatedly toured Graceland Mansion to report every detail back to her mother. The framed Elvis photograph in their house symbolized memory and emotional attachment. After her mother died quietly from deep vein thrombosis, Annie suppressed her grief. She redirected emotional pain into ambition. She attempted medical education to prevent others from dying the way her mother did. But trauma resurfaced during clinical training. Seeing a patient with the same disease triggered a psychological breakdown. Annie abandoned medical school. Annie was found crying outside Graceland by security guard Gail, played by Angel Lakeda Moore. Gail gave her a job as a tour guide. Because Annie knew Graceland history perfectly, she adapted naturally. Their friendship became a survival relationship. When the apocalypse began, Annie and Gail turned Graceland into a shelter. They gathered supplies, locked themselves inside the basement, freed the horses from the ranch, and Annie kept a display firearm belonging to Elvis Presley for defense. The catastrophe was triggered when President Cal Bradford activated a nuclear missile neutralization system. The system prevented nuclear war, but unintentionally destabilized planetary environmental regulation. Volcanic ash clouds blocked sunlight, temperatures dropped, civilization collapsed. During the chaos, Gail fell down the basement stairs and suffered severe leg injuries. Annie tried to save her, but survival medicine was nearly impossible in the collapsing world. For days, Annie cared for Gail under freezing conditions caused by atmospheric disruption. After 45 days of the apocalypse, Gail died. Before dying, Gail told Annie that both her mother and Gail were proud of her. This became Annie's emotional survival motivation. Annie survived almost 2 years alone. Then the ash cloud began dissipating. Sunlight returned. Symbolically, this represented planetary healing. Annie attempted to grow a plant. The plant represented hope, humanity's second chance. Armed survivors entered Graceland. Annie assumed they were raiders. Her reaction was psychologically rational. In post-apocalyptic societies, violence is often the default survival language. She attacked Link by knocking him unconscious and hiding in the basement. After observing that the group did not attempt violence again, she re-emerged. She met Geiger, Urkel, Chef, Big Poppy, Gator, and Link. Their mission was scientific and survival-oriented. They believed the apocalypse was caused by electromagnetic pulse energy collapse. Their goal was to deactivate nuclear reactors before meltdown cycles destroyed remaining survivors. During conversation, Link and Geiger discussed an underground Colorado facility. They also mentioned a woman they were searching for. This woman's identity remains unclear. Some viewers believe she may be connected to Samantha Sinatra Redmond. Annie psychologically evaluated the group before trusting them. She eventually accepted them as non-threatening.
She treated Link's injured hand using medical knowledge. Their relationship developed as emotional companionship rather than physical romance. Both characters were shaped by loneliness. The group shared dinner together. Everyone discussed what they missed from pre-apocalypse life. Annie initially hesitated. Then she confessed something deeply meaningful. She missed giving Graceland tours. This confession represented identity preservation. Annie gave the group an official Graceland tour. This scene symbolized emotional healing. Later, Annie and Link shared a quiet, intimate moment. Not sexual, but deeply sentimental. The show intentionally focuses on emotional intimacy rather than physical desire. Link revealed their long-term plan. They intended to reach the underground Colorado bunker. The facility was believed to contain technology capable of accelerating planetary recovery. Annie refused to join them. Geiger forced the group to leave due to survival deadlines. After Link departed, Annie discovered she was pregnant. The father was Link. This added narrative tension because Annie now carried the future of another human life.
Episode 2 of Paradise shifts focus back to Xavier Collins. Xavier is played by Sterling K. Brown. The episode continues the non-linear storytelling style that has become the signature of creator Dan Fogelman. Instead of immediately resolving the cliffhanger from episode 1, the story deepens Xavier's emotional and physical journey through the post-apocalyptic wasteland. After the plane crash, Xavier struggles with severe physical injuries. He suffers from knee dislocation from his previous injury during Secret Service training, possible neurological symptoms including headaches and nosebleeds, exhaustion from environmental exposure. The nosebleed symptom is especially important because it appears in multiple characters, including Link. This suggests a potential connection. The show never confirms whether this is coincidence, environmental radiation effect, or something more mysterious. Xavier encounters a group of child survivors led by Daniel. These children represent the psychological cost of apocalypse on the youngest generation. They survived by abandoning traditional social structure. The world outside the bunker has become a survivalist ecosystem where adults are often dead, authority structures collapsed, and children form nomadic defense groups. The children's behavior is interesting. They are not purely innocent. They demonstrate survival pragmatism. For example, after helping Xavier hide from raiders, they steal his supplies. This shows that morality itself has become fluid in the post-apocalyptic world. At night, Xavier tells Daniel the story of James and the giant peach. This scene is emotionally symbolic. The story represents childhood innocence, escape from suffering, and hope inside chaotic environments. Daniel falls asleep on Xavier's shoulder. This moment is important because it shows that humanity still exists even in broken social structures. Children can still trust someone.
Episode 3 of Paradise shifts the narrative focus back to the underground city. While episodes 1 and 2 explored survival outside the bunker through Annie and Xavier's journeys, episode 3 reveals that the real danger might not be the destroyed surface world, but the society that survived inside the bunker itself. This episode becomes heavily political and psychological. The episode begins with the aftermath of the assassination attempt. Julianne Nicholson returns as Samantha Sinatra Redmond. She wakes from a 5-month coma. During her absence, power dynamics inside the bunker changed dramatically. This is where the show introduces its core theme. Removing one tyrant does not automatically remove the system that created tyranny. In Sinatra's absence, power was taken by President Henry Baines, played by Matt Malloy. Baines represents performative leadership. His strategy is simple but politically dangerous. Increase public happiness by forcing artificial environmental comfort. improve approval ratings through cosmetic policy changes, ignore scientific warnings from experts. His most controversial plan is creating an artificial summer inside the bunker. Baines wants the population to experience summer, but this decision is scientifically catastrophic. The underground city's survival depends on strict resource management. Energy inside the bunker is already heavily consumed by Sinatra's secret project, and Baines wants to waste more power simply to boost public morale.
A scientist named Anders tries to stop Baines. He explains that increasing temperature inside the sealed structure will transform the bunker into a pressure chamber. If heat and pressure rise simultaneously, the facility could become structurally unstable. Baines ignores the warning. Instead, he arrests Anders and sends him to the political prison. Jeremy Bradford, son of the murdered president, also gets arrested. Jeremy represents the younger generation's resistance movement. He joins the same prison where dissidents are held. His goal is not escape, it is sabotage from inside the system. The show makes a strong political commentary here. The bunker society is slowly becoming authoritarian. Dissenters disappear. Political enemies are imprisoned. Public safety is used as justification for control. This storyline reflects modern real-world political anxiety. One of the most terrifying characters is still Jane, played by Nicole Bryden Bloom. Outwardly, Jane plays the loyal protector, but she is actually Sinatra's secret weapon. She is emotionally detached and extremely efficient. The assassination system inside the story is chillingly subtle. Instead of directly ordering murder, Sinatra uses coded communication. The phrase, "they need a breath mint," means target elimination. This allows the political elite to maintain plausible deniability. Jane accompanies Baines during his midnight jogging routine. During this moment, she executes the assassination. She slits his throat and frames Nicole Robinson. The murder is staged carefully. The knife is placed in Nicole's hand, and the crime is made to look like rebellion violence.